Hello and welcome to this tutorial. My name is Sam-Erik Ruttmann and I'll help individual hotels and entrepreneurs to elevate their brand with video. As you know, video is a very powerful tool and as a result of that, a lot of people are using it, but a lot of people have fear of using it, particularly when they have to stand in front of the camera. So my aim is now to help you to become better in this, and this is the first tutorial about shooting the video with a mobile device. I'm using only mobile device for shooting videos. I don't have any expensive cameras or video cameras specifically, but I have some few tools that will help me to get a better result than I had before. So I will share with you what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about 4 steps to create a snappy script. Script is a very important part of your video production, particularly when you prepare yourself. We're going to talk about the lights, audio, and camera settings. This is all about the mobile videos. And thirdly, should I shoot vertical or should I shoot horizontal? Vertical means like this, right? Horizontal is like this. I'll also talk about some small and simple video editing tips that you have already a native application in your mobile phone, but there are other tools that are very good, which are not very expensive. And I don't have any affiliate accounts with this, so I'm just sharing the stuff I'm using myself. And then finally, I'm going to talk about how to create the Instagram Reel, because an Instagram Reel is the most powerful tool in Instagram to grow your channel. Instagram has changed so much that it's a video app, not the app for posting still pictures. So without further ado, we're going to get started. And before that, just write in here where you are viewing from and let me know if you have any questions or any comments. Just post them in the comments. I'll be happy to give you a shout out. I'll be very happy to answer any questions that you have. So let's get started. So our starting point will be how to make your mobile video shots smarter. The thing is with the mobile video is that it's been around for some time, and I've been shooting videos for several years now with the different mobile devices that I got. But I realized also that in the beginning it was quite difficult to get the good result, but year after year the applications and the technology is improving. So in fact, you can shoot professional videos with your mobile device that was not possible before. And there are many professional mobile video photographers that are shooting their videos and getting great results. I'm sure you will see in many social media postings, Instagram, people are advertising. You will find in YouTube several mobile video photographers also showing their things, what they are doing. So though this is really the technology as it is now, what you have in your hand is more a camera and a video camera than a phone as ever before. So let's take a look now at the script, or creating a snappy script as I call it. I had trouble in the beginning to create a script because I didn't know how to go about it. But I learned something and I put it basically in 5 steps, if you will. The first step, of course, is that you are planning what are you going to talk about? What is the topic? Of course, you need to know the topic because you're trying to reach your customers or the people you want to know about you. And so the first thing to remember is that what I did was I tried to decide on the outcome. What do I want to achieve with this video? I'll give you an example. And I started, for instance, with I'm part of a hospitality think tank. And one of the tasks in our groups was to shoot a video, and the question was, why are you part of this think tank? So that's what I was thinking about. And I was thinking about the outcome, what I want to, my ending message and the main point of this video message to be. And for me, it was at being part of a community that is like-minded, that are sharing the same values. So that was in summary, the outcome. So then I took a piece of paper, scribbling down a number of ideas, any words that came to my mind that was relating to this outcome and how I would be reaching this outcome. And after that, I created a outline, and finally I created the bullet points, because the video is only 2 minutes long. But of course, if you are making a 1-hour video, you have a lot of things to talk about. But in a short video, you have to make it to the point, and then the message has to be very clear and concise. So that's basically the tip how I go about writing a script, and it works for all the video creation when you're making your script for that. And this will be very helpful for you when you're creating a live video. That will be basically your script that you work from, and particularly the pre-recorded videos, so you stay on course to then finalize the video. So people, when they ask, why should I watch this video? What is the purpose of this video? You already make them aware about in the beginning. Now, the technology side is of course one part of it, and this is where the challenges are for people, because they're wondering, well, I don't have a budget to spend a lot of money on things, and well, I'm same like you. I spend the necessary amount of money that I need in order to get the best result possible. Now, the key areas, for when you are making a video is that people can see you clearly, so there's a light. That people can hear you very clearly, that's the audio. And then of course you have the settings on your mobile device. And then of course there's a fourth part, which I will talk about here. So here's a picture of the tools I'm using. The only tool I'm not using is that Canon camera, but I'm using everything else, and that's my rig, how I go about it. Now I will share with you how I do it here. For instance, I take this mobile device here, and one of my favorite tools, really what I use, is to attach this kind of gadget here, because it helps me to stabilize the camera if I'm holding it freehand. It's very, very helpful. And the good thing is that you can slide it here, so you can have a different kind of grips when you're doing it. So you can hold like this, or you hold it like this, and you keep it quite stable when you are using this. If you want to know a little bit more about the tools I'm using, I will put them in the link so you have an idea. So if that's what you want to go about have. There's another tool which I've been using, which is this. It's a shoulder pod, it's called, and basically you attach this pod to a camera this way, and it's a very, very durable, and that's also give you a very good grip and steady grip, because these are all meant to give you a steady camera grip when you are shooting your video, whether it's for selfie modes or whether it's for you're shooting somebody else or interviewing them. And when it comes to lights, the best light is the daylight, and you're standing in front of the window, and people can see the colors of your eyes and so on, and so you have your natural hair color will come through very nicely. But there are conditions where you need to have something artificial. And I bought this kind of very basic light. It's made by Yungnuo YN300. It was like 40 euros. It's very, very strong, as you can see. And this is how I started to use when I started to do videos with lighting, particularly in Helsinki. It's the sun. We have very short days in the winter. In the summer I will not use it, of course, but in the winter and the autumn I use it when I shoot. And it's very easy. You can carry it with you. It is attaching to a battery. So this kind of battery, what you have, so you can get all the necessary. It all fits into a small bag. You can also attach it to a tripod if you want to lift up the video, so there will be the light, so it illuminates like here directly to you. When it comes to microphones, this is what I'm using. It's a lavalier microphone, which I just plug into my mobile device. And there are two ways I'm using it. I attach it directly to my jacket here, and I usually measure it so that I take my hand and from my mouth and the thumb down like this, and that's where I attach it, so it's not too close, it's not too far away. And it's made by Rode, which is a Australian company, and this is their basic model. It was about 40 euro also, and I use this all the time. But of course, when I'm doing something from my desk, I have another this table microphone, which gives me also exactly what my needs are. So that's it, just to give you an idea of the kind of tools what I'm using. Of course, tripods. I use a basic tripod. Nothing fancy, but the most important thing is that you can keep your mobile device stable. And in this way, this can also be here. You can move this quite nicely and snug. So this will fit the camera. You can do your vertical or horizontal shots with this. So that's very, very I've been having it for many years already, and it's very durable also. So are you using any equipment? Just write in the comment. Or are you just starting off with your mobile device? Just write down in a comment. And also, do you think this is very helpful to you so far, the tips I'm giving you? So we're going to move on, continue with our discussion here. So here you see all the tools. And as I said, I'm not using a camera like here in the Canon. So it's a mobile device I'm using for all my video production. So vertical or horizontal, I mean, that's a thing that a few years ago, basically all you had, it was mostly horizontal videos that people were shooting. But then came Instagram, and it's all vertical, because they also know that people are watching a vertical mostly people are watching videos with their mobile devices. So that's the reason. And I thought we're going to do, here's just a sample of what people do when this is called live stream. That's basically a style where you don't have any pre-plan. You just pick up your mobile device and say hello to the audience. It's a sure way to grow your social media channel. And people have social coffees. They can be engaging. It's meant to be entertainment and fun. And I have done these on Instagram, and I also done these on Facebook. But I think people are more and more, you will see people are going live on Instagram. It's a very powerful way also to connect with more people. And so there are two things. One is Instagram Live, and the second is the Instagram Reel, and I will share with you about that. Now the thing is, by going live, I was scared about going live before. I mean, I really was intimidated about standing, and there's something about it's called live adrenaline monster. You feel you're kind of choking up when you're pressing the live button, and I get the same way every time I'm on live. So but I've been learning as I've been going by that to get better at this. But most of the time you may be doing pre-recorded videos, and you can always re-record and edit your videos, and I'm going to show you a couple of tricks about how to go about that. Okay, so now here is, I have to go back here. So here is how people are using their mobile devices. Chefs are doing their cooking classes, and it was very popular during the pandemic already. And of course you can be from your desktop, do different kind of webinars and so on. Now here in this picture she is using a camera, but I use my mobile device with this. And if you are ever planning of using your mobile device from your desktop to go live, write down in your comments and connect with me, and I will share with you how I do it and what tools I use for it. And there is just a couple of plugs that you need in order to do it. And if you're a Mac user, then like I'm using Mac computers, there's a great webcast software where you can go to through a Restream software. You can go to 30 different platforms to reach your audience. Here on the right side, or I think you can see here, she's holding a stabilizer, and that's of course a very good that if you're walking around and you do some presentations, or if you are in real estate or you want to make a hotel inspection and you want to walk around and showing the features of the hotel, you need a stabilizer, because even though in the most modern mobile devices you cannot have a completely butter fluid video motion. So these devices are stabilizers are around €100, and of course going up to over €200. But if you're doing videos on the go and you're walking around, that stabilizer definitely is a way to go. And there are some of them are quite small, so they can fit into your bag. You don't need, and they're not very heavy at all. Now the part which I think is what professional photographers are doing, and most of us amateurs are not paying attention to, is something called the rule of thirds. That has to do with photography. It has to do about videos also. The way it works is that you have you're dividing a screen here to to these boxes here. Now there are basically 3 areas where you could stand when you're in front of a camera. You stand in the middle, which is most common, but more importantly, it can be very good if you stand by where you see these kind of circles, on the upper circles, to the left or to the right. The reason being is you can make a presentation and stand slightly sideways, and you can then present a case study, or you can have bullet points if you make a video presentation. And also it's just the way the composition of the video looks so smart. And if you look at some videos, and in particular where people are standing when they are being interviewed or they're making presentations, you will notice that they are using the rule of thirds. And this is one of the key takeaways I have learned, and I hope you take away when you're making a video. Remember the rule of thirds. Okay, so we are coming now to some simple editing tips and the apps. There are several apps around for editing, and I will share with you on my mobile. Okay, so here we are. Well, of course, when you take a video, you can use your native application in Photos to edit your video. One of the things which I enjoy using is something called InShot. Now, InShot is an application here. You see it on the second row on the right side. It's very easy to use. You just press Video. You press New. You decide which clip you want to use. And here you can just start to scroll it. And where you want to cut it, there's a scissor. And then you can cut it. So here you can then divide, you can split the part and then join the rest of the video to your liking. You can add music. You can choose one of their many recorded videos here, or video music, and as long as you give credit to the composer, that's just a courtesy, or people are maybe asking to pay you a little bit. So that's basically all you have to do, and you can then adjust the volumes here by adjusting the volumes on these. So it's very simple way. Of course, if you go to your native camera app, you will find also the same way, which is basically a straightforward way of, you can edit it here, and then you can move it around how you want it to be, what you want to keep in this video, and then you press done. Another app is Rush. Rush is by Adobe, and that's actually very powerful. It's very popular by a lot of the video camera professionals, because you can, once you are using this tool, you can then go to your desktop and continue your editing and so on. So that's basically, in summary, the kind of tools that I'm using for editing. So my favorite is InShot. I do also use Rush by Adobe, and then the native photo app I use rarely, because I think with InShot I have more tools I can use. The transitions I can use, that I can put some music in there, and if I have a video which I shot horizontally, I can create a box around it, and in that way give a little bit more a better background. And then also for Rush, example of the video I did with for Rush, just to show us the example of this one is done. Let's see if you can see it here. This is done with Rush, and you have lots of different templates you can use to create a little bit more of a good visual effects. So I quite like this. All right, so do you have any questions so far? So we have covered now the script, we have covered the kind of tools you need for making your video. Also that you have the very important part of creating with the rule of thirds that you need to have. But I would say that if there's anything, the most important thing I would say is that you would need to consider there are three things you should consider. It's the settings of your camera, which you can do either if you'd use your native app, and then secondly is that you are using the rule of thirds, and then you should always shoot with a 4K 30 frames per seconds, 30 frames per second FPS. And what it means is that if you go to your camera settings, then you can say that automatically when you shoot a video, you're shooting in this mode. So the 4K in 30 frames per second is a very smooth and a very powerful way how you can. It takes a little bit more memory, but I think the end result is the best. Right, so now we come to Instagram tips. Now with Instagram, I think it's as I mentioned, it's a very powerful way how to grow your Instagram account, and I'm going to take you through the ways how you can go about it. I'll show it to you also, but the first is that I always write in notes in advance in my, because I'm using an iPhone, so in the Notes app I always write in advance the title, the description of the video, what I'm going to shoot, and then the hashtags. I start with that always. Reason being is when if you are uploading to Reel, it will always ask you, and it's much better that you have had worked in advance putting this together, then it will be easy to upload it. And so basically what I do, I copy the text from the notes I did, then I press share. So let's go now to my camera here. So here, if you can see if you're looking at you have a plus on top of the screen. Unfortunately, you cannot see it here, but you press plus, and then you have a choice doing a reel. And you then choose which you choose which the video you want to upload. We can call it here. You add. You preview. Then you have to add your caption here. So I went to my notes here. I'll copy it. I paste it, and it's okay. And then I share. It takes a little bit for it to upload. And I was surprised about if you have something with the entertainment value in your reel, it gets a lot of viewers. If you do a tutorial, not so many. But I was just to give you an idea here of the viewership I had on. Here you can compare it. You see, I had 45 on this here, and then I was having a hot chocolate here, and I have over 3,000 people viewing this. So the entertainment Then I had a morning coffee here. It was over 2,100. So it just shows what this app is good for, is for the entertainment value and creating the kind of light things you want to share, sharing about your day or what you do. So that's how Instagram works at its best. So let me know if you have any questions or anything you'd like to comment before we finish off, because basically we have now covered today the agenda has been, we covered how to make that snappy script. We talked about the lights, audio, and camera settings. We made a comparison about the vertical or horizontal, and some simple video editing tips, and how to create an Instagram reel. So I hope this has been very helpful to you, and if you have any more questions, just send me directly in your comments. I'll be very happy to help you on further. So thanks very much for taking the time for joining, and I'll see you next time.